We're going back now to our Tech Showcase series, and the next to speak is Deepak Tewari from Privately, who are based in Lausanne in Switzerland. With a wealth of experience in privacy and cybersecurity, Deepak brings invaluable insights to the table, offering unique perspectives on the intersection of age assurance and data protection. Privately's age assurance and online safety technology helps retailers, app developers, gaming companies, web platforms, and device manufacturers to deliver age-appropriate and safe user experiences. Over to you, Deepak. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you can hear me well. So thanks for this opportunity to talk about Privately and about some of the exciting technologies that we develop. As Ian explained, we are essentially an engineering company. So we make the technologies that you will find used by ourselves, but also used by certain other providers that you've heard from before today, and you'll hear after. We make core technologies in age assurance and online safety. And today I'm going to take the opportunity not to talk a brief bit about Privately, but also then to show you a few samples of what's coming next, because that's the exciting part. So about us, we are in this beautiful place called Lausanne. As you can see, Mont Blanc, not very far from where we stay. We have a beautiful view. But apart from that, it's a great place for engineers. And we've developed some really core tech. And we've solved what we believe is one of the core issues of this industry, which is about how to ensure privacy, user data privacy. All our age assurance technology essentially works on the device of the user. There is no personal data leaving the user's device. And that somehow makes the implementation BIPA, GDPR compliant. Today, we already have a GDPR certification for our age assurance system. Essentially, instead of a standard age assurance process, sending the user's facial image to the server, that has been a cause of concern for the industry. We instead bring the machine learning models down to the device of the user in that brief instance, and that convert a camera to become age aware, or a camera or a microphone. So we do both face and voice. And I'm going to use this opportunity to do what I hope is a quick demo of multimodal age assurance to you. Multimodal age assurance is the combination of two signals, my facial geometry, but also my voice quality. And it will combine these two to make an estimate of age, and I hope you can see me well. So I'm having network issues. It looks like that. Yep. Sorry about that. Let's do it again. No, I don't think so. I would need to stay there for a year, and I don't think I can take that much time off work. So essentially what you just saw were two signals, face and voice. One of the anti-spoofing, which you might not have realized, is the voice bit. You get in real time, you get a sentence to read, and which is why you can't, I can't say you can't fake it, but it becomes progressively difficult to fake two signals compared to one. And what happens if you can run all of this on your device? Suddenly, you have some really interesting use cases. And one of them is something I would want to show you. We call it age-appropriate advertising. And this is the example.
Privately voice analytics demo. Me as an adult, I have bought a VR headset and I'm playing around the metaverse. So the system detects my voice and says this is an adult. In this chart, here is some information that is extracted from my voice.
So I'll pause here just to tell you what's happening. Essentially, the age estimation is built into a VR headset. As the user speaks, the Oculus or whichever the VR headset, in real time, it decides, okay, this is an adult, and that's the content I'm going to show the adult. So as we progress in the video, you'll see that the advertising that is shown to this.
See what's inside.
So the advertising that is available to this user is essentially for grown-ups.
So you can see some age-appropriate advertisements.
But what happens?
Hurts another person by saying mean words or using actions to physically hurt someone else. There are words for these types of bullying: emotional bullying, physical bullying, and cyberbullying. Did you know what?
So essentially what I want to bring your attention to is the detection of a minor. So it detected that it was a minor's voice under the age of 13. And suddenly the kind of advertising or not is decided within the platform. Here, there's no information, there's no voice information of the child going to any form of third party or the server. It's just on the device. What's more interesting is that this form of verification, age estimation using voice, we have already got it to a level of assurance EAL1. We're the only ones in the market, and this assurance was done by ACCS. This combined with an EAL3, the third level of assurance on the facial age estimation, provides unique possibilities of what can be done with age assurance in the market. So besides these two examples, I also want to show you one other example which is a little bit outside all our collective industries, and that is on online safety. I know it is not necessarily outside our collective industries, but it is something that is less talked about. So in the online safety bit, if you think what we can do with an information, that there is a harmful content and there's a child involved. So these are two metrics, and I want to show you, it builds on some of the other work that we have done. So we come from the industry, so the first 5-6 years of Privately were around building classifiers around hate and toxicity, nudity, all of this detection, all on device. Now, if in the device it is detected, that I just want to show you an example. So this is a child. If you put it through the model, it says it's a safe image, no problem. If we put this into the model, it says it might be a bit risky image for whatever reasons, but it is not a child. The combination of both of these done on device is a great example of how CSAM protection can be done later on in the industry. Can you imagine that if someone is live streaming sexual content, the camera can stop streaming that content because the camera becomes age aware? I'm not saying this is the silver bullet, but it presents to the industry a great way forward of proactively protecting, preventing CSAM and risk content involving minors. The technology exists today. The use cases are something that we are still developing. And that's part of what we do. Essentially, we are, as I said in the beginning, developing very clever technologies. We have great partners who are integrating these technologies. And one of those partners, not one of those partners, but one of the interesting use cases that we have that I want to show you is for retail. And if anyone wants to swing by to the Privately booth later on, we will show you this up close and personal. But what we've created is essentially an age-aware camera, which works on an Android device, and it can help the poor cashier who is in front of this angry customer who doesn't want to show them their ID. So essentially, it's a machine-mediated interaction between the cashier and the customer, and it can do two things. It can tell the cashier, well, that person is decidedly above 25. Don't bother asking an ID. Or the person is younger, and you must ask an ID. And it tracks that. So it suddenly, we are seeing a lot of traction of this product across retail, right from big tobacco to your mom and pop retail. And we think the fact that there is no face collected, it's completely a GDPR compliant product, and it can help so many jurisdictions like Ireland, where they've just started imposing a fine of 4,000 euros for any vapes sold to minors. Can you imagine how far technology like this can go? So that's pretty much, there are lots of other things to talk about, and I could do that for the rest of the day. But the best thing is that I shut up and I can invite questions, because there's so much here. And there are so many different industries, avenues where technology like this will fit in, will be integrated, for example, to point of sales, into devices. And essentially, we will all work together to make the internet and online services age aware, essentially. Yeah. So that was my pitch. Thank you very much. Any questions anywhere? Oh yeah, sure.
I can understand how the combination of voice and video or image can improve performance of age estimation. But if you have to compare age estimation of an image versus an age estimation of audio, how do you compare them in terms of performance? Is image better, audio better?
Today, absolutely, image is much better, as I mentioned to you. Also because you have to understand just the way the human voice evolves between the age of 15 and 25, there's a lot of variability in that, right? But you're decidedly, the technology works very well when you're above 25, because then there's a sense. So in that sense, the voice estimation is pretty good in detecting that are adults above 25. And if you combine this with a little engineering or UX optimization, for example, you serve a sentence which is complex enough that an 8-year-old cannot read it, right? So there is a little bit of these both things that you can play with, but that makes voice a reliable source of voice age estimation for people above 25, but also for people under 14. It works excellently for these two. It doesn't work as cleverly between these two, 15 and 23 or 24, that age range. But that is the case today. But if you think about a combined age estimation, you have two signals. You have face and you have voice. And what's possible is that you can train one with the other. So you can say, oh, this is a 25-year-old with a voice of a 15-year-old. So you can, over a period of time, we see that improvement coming. So while today I say we have only EAL1, but I'm sure we'll be in EAL3 soon. Thank you. Any other question? What? Okay.
Okay, if I may again, Jutta Kroll from the Digital Opportunities Foundation. I really appreciate the idea of that, the Oculus, that is age aware, yes.
Yes.
And what you've shown us is that the advertisement then changes for if it assumes the user is a child. Would there also be additional functionalities? For example, when it detects, oh, this might be a child, then it's not only the advertisement, but also the whole environment that changes, or certain functionalities would not be available, like taking pictures of themselves or something like that. Would that be possible?
So maybe I misled you by that, so I should clarify. So what we have built is the technology piece, which is able to make that distinction. Now the policy on top of that, what you do with that information would be up to the device manufacturer. We showed this working on a specific VR headset. It's a different story that didn't see the light of the day for many reasons. But what we are saying is the art of the possible. So this technology exists today. It can be demonstrated on any VR headset, on any base of Android or Unity. It can be shown that it works. Essentially, you can make any device. What I haven't shown you still is vapes. You can even make vapes age aware. There are ways to do it. But you can, in the end, then it depends upon the manufacturer, and in this case, Meta or whatever that is, to determine, okay, I now detected a child. What do I do with that information?
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
Yes. That's all. That's all.
Any other questions?
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.